Hey, welcome. I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's reading is the person on your mind. Why are they attracted to you? All right. And we have three groups for you to choose from: group one, group two, and group three. Please feel free to pause the video if you need extra time to choose your group. But I will see you guys in your readings. Hello, welcome. I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you for joining me. If you've chosen the first group, and this reading could be for you. I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you so much for joining me today. So the person on your mind, why are they attracted to you, right? And we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Page of Swords upright and the Sun upright. No, in reverse, sorry. So straight away, I feel like this person, they find your control attractive. Like you could be controlling, or in their perspective, you're quite controlling, whether that's of yourself, of your environment, of them, of the people around you, of yourself. I don't know. But they really like that controlled energy you have. They love your intensity as well. And for some of you, they kind of find it attractive that you're kind of high strung, or they find it a little bit, attractive when you're high strung and like intense. They also like it that you're kind of irresponsible in their perspective, kind of reckless and spontaneous. And they never really know what they're going to get with you. You're complicated and they like it. And they also like that you challenge people. You're not easy, you're the opposite of easygoing in their opinion. But they're here for it. And they find it attractive that you're loud. Whether this is your appearance, your body language, your facial expressions, the way you talk, but something about you is very loud, but they love it. And also the fact that you're kind of mysterious as well. So they also find it attractive that you appear successful, and this could be like in the way you present yourself. They find it attractive that you flaunt your wealth, or there's something about you that you flaunt, whether that's your wealth, whether that's your looks, your intelligence. But they like that you flaunt whatever it is you're, wealthy in. And you're not boring in this person's eyes, and they really like that too. And for some of you, if you're quite protective of the person you're asking about, they love that. But for some of you, this could be someone else specific that you're protective of, but they find that trait quite attractive. Not that you're protective of everyone, but it just feels like individual, like people or them specifically. But they feel that it seems to them that you've been through a lot and that you're a survivor in general, and they find that very endearing. They also like that you don't try to impress people, you don't try to impress them, and they like that they have to earn your respect, that other people have to earn your respect. And they also find it attractive that you've had a rebellious phase at some point, like maybe like who you were during your rebellious phase. But for some of you, it's the fact that you are not still in your in a rebellious phase, like per se, but they could feel you still have your moments of being quite rebellious, like you could have a rebellious streak, and they find that super attractive. But yeah, so for some of you, they could find it attractive that you seem emotionally unavailable to the people around you. This feels like strangers, maybe people in your work environment, like people who are just, not being rude, but just not that important, like people who are like the extras in your life, and they feel like you're not really emotionally available to everyone, but they kind of like that trait in you. And yeah, they also find it attractive that they have to be the one that chases you. Um, but one second, let me see. They don't necessarily find you dominating, but they definitely find the idea of dominating you like a big turn on. And they also like the fact that your sensual side isn't obvious, but you clearly are very sensual to this person. But they kind of like that it's not obvious to everyone, and they kind of like it's this kind of like sexy, it's low key, you know. And they also find it attractive that you've got boss energy, all right? Like you also have emotional depth that not everyone gets to see, and they like that not everyone gets to see it, right? For some of you, you could seem like someone who's lost a lot or everything, and you've managed to rebuild, and they find that incredibly admirable but also endearing, you know. They find it super attractive that you are very selective with your attention. It makes them feel special if they're the one that's like the object of your attention, you know? Yeah, it could make them feel special. And they find it attractive that you are very powerful, like your energy, your aura, you're strong, but they also sense a vulnerable side to you, and they love that paradox, you know. They also find it attractive that you have a quick mind, like you could be very witty in this person's opinion. You can also be playful. They find it attractive that you're not, you know, superficial. And they also like the fact that you seem to notice things that others miss, you know. So they like how your mind works. Like if you're sarcastic as well, they dig it, they find it sexy. Like to them, you are mentally agile, and they like that they themselves can't really keep up with you, you know, maybe mentally. um but yeah, they find it attractive that you're bold in your opinions, you're not afraid to debate. For some of you, they could actually find it attractive that you're a bit of a spy, um, like a bit of a detective. Can't get nothing past you, maybe. Um, or you do your research, you know. But yeah, they find your positivity attractive, even if it's not like super overt. They feel that you're emotionally rich, but they also feel you don't really show your emotional richness and your depth easily and to everyone, but they kind of like that you're selective in that way. And you also make this person feel optimistic and playful. It's like you're a light in spaces that can feel quite dark. And they kind of find your generosity attractive. They like the fact that you're not naive, but you're still hopeful. And for some of you, they find it attractive that you don't move around a lot. And they also like the idea of cheering you up. Or for some of you, they like cheering you up. If this is something they've done before, they can find those moments quite special between you guys. But moving on, we have You Do You. We have Get Out of Your Head. We have Deal with the Unexpected. Flower, Pluck the seeds and plant. No, wait, no, Pluck the weeds and plant the seeds of your most magnificent expression. We also have Express Your True Feelings. We have Unnecessary Worries, Release the Burden of Worries. And we also have Be Gentle with Yourself. You've been through a lot and you deserve time to heal and recover. So they find it attractive that you do you. Like, it's that simple, okay? And with unnecessary worries, for some of you, they like, even though they find you like maybe reckless at times, spontaneous, they also find you very laid back, you know. And again, like, they feel like there's these paradoxes within you and your character, and they find those differences, um, like those contradictions, even like very attractive. So they like it that you are quite laid back. And with flower, pluck the weeds, plant the seeds of your most magnificent expression. They find it attractive the way you express yourself, you know, whether that's, you know, vocally, in terms of the way you dress, creativity, intellectually. They love the way you express yourself. But another thing they find attractive about you is that, you know, with pluck the weeds and plant the seeds, they feel you are able to kind of look within yourself and remove any weeds that need to be removed in order for you to flourish, or kind of plant new seeds and new ideas. Um, Sorry about that. I had to pause the video. I can't remember what I was waffling on about, but yes. Okay. So yeah, they like the fact that you are, you know, able to make changes within yourself when you need to. So with deal with the unexpected, they find it attractive the way you deal with things that are unexpected. And with color, express your true feelings. They actually find it attractive, even like they do feel you have, you know, this emotional depth to you, right? But they find it a very attractive the way you express your emotion, and for a lot of you, that is in the form of you not being super expressive, with your emotion, but they kind of like that. I don't know, it's not necessarily reserved energy, just I don't know how to describe it, but it's just like maybe not super overt, you know? So with be gentle with yourself, they actually find it attractive the fact that your energy kind of makes people treat you with like gentleness. And this could be like specific people within your life, like maybe your family, maybe your partner, maybe your friends, acquaintances, maybe them. Um, but yeah, they like that your energy attracts gentleness from other people, you know. And we also have get out of your head. They actually find it attractive that you are in your head quite a bit, but it gives you like a mysterious kind of vibe, which they find really endearing, you know. But yeah, like that's all I have for those of you who chose the first group. I really do hope it could be helpful and make sense. I'm wishing you the best. Hopefully I'll see you again soon, but please take care of yourselves until then, all right? Bye. Hey gorgeous people, if you've chosen the second group, then this reading could be for you. I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you for joining me. So the person on your mind, why are they attracted to you? And we have the Six of Cups in reverse, the Three of Wands upright, the Knight of Wands in reverse. So they find it attractive the way you've grown from your past. They like the fact that other people admire you and have a lot of love for you, and they also kind of see you as someone that does tend to see things clearly, like you're not like, a fantasist in their opinion, or overly idealistic. You could be quite introverted and or introspective, and they find those qualities extremely attractive in you. And they also like the fact that you don't seem to be afraid of, confronting yourself, confronting your emotional baggage, your hang-ups, and whatever it is that could be weighing on you or not working out for you. And they find it attractive that you give emotional safety without being too clingy yourself, or overwhelming. Like, it feels like you have that nice balance that they really like. And they overall, they really love the way you handle your emotions and emotions in general, actually. And they find it attractive that you're soulful and you're grounded. And they like that you don't seem to be stuck in the past. Maybe for some of you it would not make sense, but it would be understandable if you were still stuck in the past in certain regards. But they find it attractive that you have managed to grow and have managed to um, you know leave your past in the past, right? They find your quiet strength really attractive. They also like the fact that you're not easily manipulated, and they like that you're not overly sentimental as well. They could find you logical, which they like. And they find you honest, they find you emotionally honest, they find you like true to yourself, even when it's difficult or even when it's uncomfortable. And even though they kind of see you as logical, someone who isn't overly sentimental, they also like the fact that you are nurturing, but again, like, there's a balance, because they find you nurturing but they don't find you smothering. And they like that it may not even be balanced, it could just be who you are and how you approach things, but they like it. And they find your mystery quite attractive, like, you're very mysterious to this person. And they like being a part of your journey, okay? Or they like having been a part of your journey, if it's more related to the past. But they find you attractive as a whole. Honestly, you're very sexy to them. They like it that you're always planning your next move. And they love the confidence you have in yourself, whether that's a quiet confidence, whether it's a loud confidence, doesn't matter, but they find it very attractive. This is random. I don't know if it's random or not, but for some of you, they could actually get a bit jealous when you're, really nice to other people. They, like, even though they like it that you're not clingy, they would love it if you were a bit clingy with them, I'm not gonna lie. And they find it attractive that you're not afraid to take risks. You make them feel a little more adventurous as well. And they like the fact that you're always growing, and the fact that you make them want to grow with you as well. So they really admire your drive and your vision, your future focus, you're emotionally mature, you're open to new experiences, and they find you very magnetic. But they only, in terms of the magnetism, they only like they do feel you're quite magnetic, with other people, like, but they mainly think this in respect to themselves. Like, they don't like the idea of you drawing other people in, but like they get it, like that's just your energy. um but they don't like it, but they do like it that they feel drawn to you, and maybe vice versa, I don't know, depending on your relationship. But yeah, they like that you're not emotionally reckless, and they also feel that you are on a unique path, which they find very endearing. And you make them feel like they can go places. You know, they dig the idea of going places with you as well. You're unpredictable. There's a side to you that they really don't know, you know, and that's a big turn on for them. Like they also, even though they they don't find you emotionally reckless, they do feel you can be emotionally intense, but it makes them feel alive, you know. They find it attractive that you don't follow the rules. You're low-key fiery as well, and you're seductive. They're also attracted to the fact that they feel consumed by you, even though you could just be minding your business and, you know, not really trying to seduce anyone. But they like the fact that they're consumed by you, by your energy. And for some of you, they could imagine you to be kind of wild, and that's a turn on for them. Like you're very exciting, you're a challenge. You know, they love how expressive you are, whether that's, you know, your face, like facial expressions, the way you present yourself, body language, talking. But they kind of like, they see you as this fire starter, you know, like you stir things up and maybe unintentionally, but that's why they find it so endearing, you know. But yeah, moving on, we have get some sleep. We have make better choices. Happy life, live a less guarded life. We have school. We have guide. We have prosperity. And we also have answered prayers. So with get some sleep, they find it attractive that you are hardworking, but there's also a part of them that's like chill, you know, rest, all right? And with prosperity, they find it attractive that you are prosperous, um, successful, like you're very successful in their eyes. With school, they find it attractive that you're open to learning, but you're also a teacher as well, and maybe even like a guide. And we have guide here as well. But they also like the fact that you're able to guide, but also be guided, whether that's, you know, from people around you, from, you know, maybe mentors, or whether that's like your higher powers. But yeah. They also find it attractive that you seem to be living a, you know, a happy life, that you seem content. So with answered prayers, they actually find it attractive that you've managed to help people or someone in particular, like achieve like some of their prayers, like some of their goals. I don't know if I'm saying that in the right way, but they find it attractive, the encouragement that you've given to someone or people to actualize their prayers, and the support you've given, maybe the solutions you've been able to give people. And finally, with make better choices, they actually find it attractive that you are able to look within yourself and kind of recognize where you need to make better choices. They could feel like you're kind of in a place where you don't need to keep checking yourself in order to make better choices. They could feel like you just make good choices, but they also like the fact that you are that you kind of help other people make better choices, but also them specifically. They do really like the impact that you've had on them. But that is all I have though. For those of you who chose this group, I really do hope it could be helpful. I'm wishing you the best. Thank you so much for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye. Hey, welcome. If you've chosen the third group, then this reading could be for you. I hope you are doing good. Thank you for joining me. So the person on your mind, what do they find attractive about you? So to start off with, we have the Emperor, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and the Devil card in reverse. So so they could find it attractive that you are quite stoic. You seem like, or you are authoritative. You're not afraid to take charge when you need to, when you want to, and you're independent. And like you have this quiet, like authoritative energy, but at the same time, they don't feel you're demanding, and they like that you're able to be authoritative without being too, um, overwhelming. They find it attractive that you are dependable, you're safe, they feel safe around you, and they also like that you don't fold easily, like you don't fold under pressure. You're a natural leader in this person's eyes. You can lead, and they like the fact you can lead without feeling the need to dominate. Like they do feel like it is a fine balance, and they feel like you've gotten it perfectly. They love your confidence. You have a commanding presence that they really like. You're intimidating without trying to be, and they love how protective you are as well. Whether that's protective of yourself, protective of other people, of them. But they find it attractive that you stick to the boundaries you've created. You're not easily swayed. You're grounded for the most, and you're a builder in this person's eyes, a creator. Whether that's in terms of like plans, dreams. For some of you, this could be quite literal. So yeah, and for some of you, they like that you're not strategic. It feels like they can trust that you aren't scheming, you aren't playing games, you aren't like, being weird. And they find that attractive. Like you're a rock and you're respected. Something about you just seems unshakable, and they like that a lot. And they also find it attractive that they may need your approval. Like they like the idea of having to work for your approval. And they also find your masculine qualities very endearing. Like for some of you, like you don't come across as super feminine or like hyper feminine at all, but they actually like that about you, especially in terms of how you talk, how you carry yourself, just like that energy you exude could be quite masculine in their opinion. And they like it that you're not super like soft and like flimsy and stuff, right? And like something about you is quite hard and again like stoic, but they like the idea of personally being the one to soften you up. Like they want that to be reserved for them, but they like that you present as quite strong and intimidating. But yeah, they find it attractive that you're emotionally mature. And I don't know if this is random, but for some of you, they find your height and your weight attractive. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it there, like regardless of what that is. But yeah, you also seem very calm in the face of chaos, which they really like. You have a realistic yet optimistic like maybe perspective or just like how you approach the world. But they like that. They also like that you can bring change, you know, maybe this is about them specifically, how you've brought change into their life. But they could feel like you just have this energy that is, again, not in a negative way, but an energy that is disruptive, that, you know, creates change or invokes change. They also find it attractive that you're spiritual. They find that you're always evolving. They could also feel you're quite spontaneous. You also seem very lucky to this person, very successful, and they like the fact that you seem to be a firecracker at times. They feel lucky that they've stumbled upon the treasure, okay, that is you, right? You make them believe in timing and destiny. Like meeting you has been a game changer for this person. But you know, even though you have this very strong presence, they also find it attractive that you seem kind of fluid. Like you're like, even though you're not easy, you're still like there's an easiness about you, that there's a um I don't know what the right word is, not warmth. But yeah, you seem chill, you know, and you're a breath of fresh air to this person. And I think I may have said this already, but they like that you don't play games. Like they can trust that you're not playing games, you're real, you're not manipulative. Um, and it feels like maybe they've experienced their fair share of that, and they love that you aren't like that, and they feel like there aren't any hidden agendas with you, which they really appreciate. And they find it attractive that you are raw, without being overwhelming. Like you're a leader without being dominating, and they, it's like, I don't know, it's just, you know, when someone's just like how, you know, but yeah, they find it amazing anyway. But yeah, they find it attractive that you've let go of what doesn't benefit you. um they also like that you could always be honest about your flaws. They like that you're currently healing and that you've been healing for other people too. They just feel you're very sexy and desirable. For some of you, you're a survivor, which they, you know, admire. And they also like that you're not afraid to say no, you know. Okay, so we have you are talented and amazing. We have rebel. We have do not be frustrated. Baby, reconnect with your innocence. Job, love what you do what you love. Ceremonies and celebrations. And we also have love life. So in this person's eyes, you are talented and budging amazing, and I'm just gonna leave it there because that's all there is to it, really. And with ceremonies and celebrations, for some of you, they find it really attractive. They like how you celebrate other people. And with baby, they like that you're not super, you know, innocent, and I've said this earlier, like soft. But they like the idea of, you know, kind of being that person you are able to kind of be soft and innocent and gentle with. They find it attractive that you're not easily flustered, that you are able to kind of just let things go in order to feel peaceful within yourself. For some of you, they could find what you do for a living attractive, or they like how you they even like how you're viewed within your workplace, like the people you work with, or they like the position you hold within your workplace. like for some of you, even if it's not a position of authority, like people in your workplace could still think very highly of you, and they just like the energy you have whilst at work. And with love life, they love how you conduct yourself when it comes to love, when it comes to relationships. And for some of you, they find it attractive that you're not overly rebellious. They kind of just feel like you're really mature, maybe too mature to be like rebellious, or that's just how they're reading your energy. But that is all I have though for those of you who chose the third group. I really do hope it can be helpful and make sense. I'm wishing you the best. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. But until then, please take care. Bye.